No good story ever started with, so I decided to give up. Shark Valley started off as a mix of wanting to film during dusk at Shark Valley in Everglades National Park and trying to make a narrative about someone going biking there. When I first found out about Campus MovieFest, I wrote a short comedy treatment about a man who gets constantly berated and insulted by his boss and girlfriend. After a particularly bad day, he drives out to Shark Valley and his boss and girlfriend are tied up in the back seat. He tries to ignore their shouting and bickering and eventually leaves them in the car while he goes out in search of giant alligators. Shark Valley is a 15-mile road that starts at a parking lot and has an observation on the far side of the loop. At the observation tower, there's a large body of water where there are a couple dozen gators on any given day. He looks down and imagines throwing his boss and girlfriend over the ledge. His eyes widen and he heads back down to the tower and back to his car. When he gets back, his boss and his girlfriend are out of the car and see him approaching. They shout, "There he is!" and start chasing after him on foot. The man continues biking away from them and goes for another loop on the road. They continue chasing him and yelling at him. He just keeps riding and somehow he can't seem to leave them behind. He pedals as fast as he can and ends up back at his car. Out of breath, he puts his bike back on the bike rack, and his two pursuers walk up out of breath as well, and incidentally, out of words. They all look at each other and then get back in the car. The man looks relaxed driving back. The boss and his girlfriend are sitting quietly and eventually pass out. The man gets a phone signal back and calls his girlfriend. She's at work. The man is now alone in the car, and it shows how the man uses exercise to relieve the stress of his life. So in all of this, I get a narrative, biking, and Shark Valley wrapped up in a little story. So I go through the effort of writing it, creating, casting information on the characters, and I post on the CMF Facebook page and all my social media. No bites. Alright, well, what now? So I'm on my way to Shark Valley right now. It's a national park out in the Everglades. Basically take 8th Street as far west through Miami as you can go, and you'll get to the Miccosukee Indian Casino, and then once you get to that, you're at the edge of Miami. Keep going west, and then go for another 20 minutes or so along 8th. You'll pass all the alligator tours and airboat rides, and you'll eventually get to Shark Valley, which is basically just a giant parking lot and a 15-mile road. Now they do tram tours around the 15-mile road, but they also do bike rentals, and you can bring your own bike in there if you want. Halfway out along this 15-mile loop, there's an observation tower, and it used to be for oil exploration, but no oil in Florida, not to worry, so they decided to just make it part of the national park and have this road that people can enjoy. So I'm going out there. There are a lot of alligators and plenty of other wildlife. I'm looking to get a close-up look at the alligators, but not too close, if you know what I mean. The sky looks pretty great right now, but all these great colors really, it's worth it to come out here. But now it's gonna get dark and there are no lights for 3 miles in any direction from here, even though I'm on a road.